Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rohit and today we'll talk about a topic called reference field. So this is a very simple topic but a lot of people make confusion, a lot of people they don't know how to tackle this. For that reason I'm going to create this video. So what is the reference field and why this is so much important. So without wasting time, let's get started. So very first thing is that reference field is a kind of field like the string field, like integer field. It's not the similar kind of fields. Okay, so reference fields can point to a particular table or another table. So let's understand by the Servicenow documentation what is the reference fields and how important it is reference field. So a reference field store a reference to a field on another table. For example, the caller field on the incident table is a reference field to the CC user table. When you define a reference field, the system creates a relationship between two tables. Adding to a reference field to a form makes the other fields on the reference table available to the form. So basically, if you see, the main point here is that when you define a reference field, the system create a relationship between two tables. So basically, when you create a reference field, it is not just holding the field, it is creating a relationship between two tables. We'll see that by example. So if I go back to my ServiceNow platform, so this is my ServiceNow instance, which you can see the demo instance. In this demo instance, I will open the incident table. So this is my incident table. So this is a table which name called incident. You can see in the top, we are seeing dot incident dot list. Now, if I go back to the sys underscore user table, so sys underscore user is also another table. So both incident and user are two different table. Now in the incident table, we have a field called caller. So you can see this is the caller field, and this caller is pointing to a incident table, or you can say that the caller is a reference field. I'll open this record and I'll show you that. So if you see, first of all, this is my incident record. So in this incident table, we have 81 record right now. In the incident table, we have 81 record, and in the user table, we have 625 record. Okay. Now, what we can say that in incident table, we have a field. Incident table, we have a field called caller. The type is a reference field. How do we know that this field type is a reference? So each reference field type, each reference field have a glass icon. You can see this is the glass icon. Once you click that, it will be pop up and show that reference table where it is referencing. So in this case, it is referencing to the CC user table. So it is popping up to the user, popping up. So what is the first difference? If you see the difference here, in the string field, we can type anything. In the drop down, we can select anything like there. We can select anything. But in the reference field, we cannot select anything. We have to, we can't just type ABC. It will not be take that. It will show the invalid reference. We can only select the particular record from that another table. So in the caller, in this incident field, we can select caller as a particular user which is present to the another table. So the incident is a one table, and then another table is the CC user, where as a caller I can select that another record or another table record. So it's not a value actually, it is pointing to another record. So if I go back here, let's understand one more time. So in this case, the incident, this incident caller is able tutor, which is nothing but it's not only the name. It is not showing only the name. It is holding to the another record, which is nothing but a able tutor. So if I type with that able tutor, so it is creating a relationship between this incident and this user table. So it is creating that only. Now, what is the benefit of this reference field? The first benefit of this reference field is that the people won't be able to select any unnecessary value. So let's say you select anything, they won't be able to, you can't select any unnecessary value. You have to have select specific value. Secondly, let's see that in this Abel tutor, if you change to this user record, it will be automatically reflect here. So let's say I am changing that name equal to Abel tutor to the Abel tutor 1. Once I change that Abel tutor 1 and refresh that, you can see this name will be automatically changes. So basically it is not pointing to a that it is not holding the name, it is actually holding that particular record. So it is holding this record, and from this reference field we can get any of these attribute of that record. Let's say that from the incident table, we by the script or by these we can get this caller name, caller company, caller user ID, anything we can get from this particular record. As I said, it is not holding or it is not holding the name, it is holding the complete record. It means that you can click that it is holding the complete user record, particular user record, and from this incident I can do dot work, or I can by script or by a UI I can go and check any of this attribute present to the user table. Let's say I can get the first name, I can get the last name, I can get that email address, language, everything I can get from the incident, to the user record. Okay, by the script I'll show you that how we can do that, and I'll show you that what else we can do. So let's say I know that the caller name is caller last name is Abel tutor 1. Now if I go back to the incident table, here what is the benefit? I'll show you that I can select the caller, and then you can see as I said that I can select any of this attribute from the caller. So what I'll do, I'll type the show related list. Once I type, I will type the caller, and you can see that under this caller we have an arrow. It means that I can select that caller tables. Caller table is what? User table. I can select any of these user table attribute. Let's say I will say the last name. So it means that I can dot work that, you can see that right now, caller dot last name. I can go to the caller and then their last name and search with that particular names, which is the Abel tutor. If I run the filter, it will give me one record. So you can see any I can do, or I can go, I can able to dot work any kind of extension. Now other example I'll go give you from the script. So this is my incident table, and in this incident table, if I go back to the, if I try to write the script, let's say I will type that var gr equal to new glide record, and I will query to the incident table and say, I will say that gr.get, and I will pass the incident sys id. Let's say I will pass the incident sys id called copy sys id and paste here. Once we pass that, what we can do, we can print the gr.number. We can print any of these field which is present to the incident table. So what we can print that, we can print the number, we can print the caller, we can put the call category, we can print the subcategory, anything. So let's say I will print the number 1, I'll print that caller ID, I will print the short description. These three things I will print. So simply I will copy and paste that and just change their this one. Now if I print that, it will print one by one number, caller, short description. So let's print that. So you can see all these showing one by one, but this one showing sys id. Why? Because caller is a reference field, and that's the reason I am getting the sys id. So when you query or when you are writing the script, every time if you try to fetch that any reference field variable or value, it will give you the sys id, because it is not holding, or it is not, the value is not able to enter. The value is actually holding that complete record. It is holding the complete user record. So that's the reason you are getting the sys id. To get that the value that you are seeing here, you need to type that dot get display value, anotherly get display value, something like that. Once you do that, you will get that actual display value called Abel tutor. Now if I want to get any attribute from this, if I want to get that caller email address, caller user ID, caller first name, everything I can do without querying to that caller table or without querying to the sys user table. For that, what I have to do, I just have to put that caller, and then caller is pointing to which table? It is pointing to the user table, right? So it is pointing to the user table. So I'll open the user. So let's say I want to fetch the caller first name. For that, what I have to do, I have to go to this user table, because this caller is pointing to the user table, and I have to put that caller underscore ID and then user table field name. So let's say first name. So here I have to write that caller underscore ID. So that is the caller user table, and then first, which attribute I need? I need the first name of the caller. So if I run that, I can get the caller first name. If I want to get the email address, I will just say that email and run that. I'll get the email. So this way, I am not going to query to the incident table. I am not querying to the incident table, but still I am querying to the incident table. From the incident, I can go to the caller, means the user table, and get the details, because they are creating relationship between a incident to a caller. So you can see it's creating a relationship between incident table to a user table, because we have a reference field. So that's it for today. If you have any confusion or any question, let me know in my comment sections. This is very simple things, but used very vast in the ServiceNow. So make sure you use this functionality. And if you have any question, let me know in my comment section. Thank you very much. Have a great day.